2018 Yamaha MT-07 Test Long-Term Sport and Commuter Review. Her first ride review of the MT-07 was informative, but limited in scope. It took a while, but we were finally able to procure an MT-07 here at home for some extensive testing. When Yamaha converted the FZ07 to the World Bike MT-07, the company didn't merely rebrand it. The MT-07 has functional changes, along with a new name. The most significant upgrade was the suspension. Although many aggressive canyon riders complained about the FZ07's cushy suspension, we argued that Yamaha got it about right. The MT-09 and MT-10 are there for hardcore sport riders. Yamaha acknowledges that the MT-07 was developed for younger and less experienced riders. For that audience, the FZ07 was ideally suited. Yamaha hinted that it would like a bit stiffer suspension for the 698 cubic centimeters vertical twin, and we first saw it on the retro-themed XSR 700. So, with the move to the MT-07 name, we get firmer springs and damping for the 2018 Yamaha MT-07. The KYB fork was massaged just a bit. The spring rate was increased a modest 6%, and the rebound damping went up by 16%. No change in compression damping. However, the MT-07 gets a new KYB shock with rebound damping adjustability. The big change in the damping is a 27% increase in high-speed rebound action, and a whopping 40% increase in the high-speed compression damping. To compensate for the slower damping, the spring rate went up 11%. Riding the MT-07 in urban conditions and through twisting canyon roads, the firmer suspension is undeniably noticeable. On smooth canyon roads, the MT-07 is a considerable improvement over the FZ07. The bike settles in nicely, and doesn't wallow or feel vague through the corners. The compact chassis gives the MT-07 a natural agility, so having a taut suspension improves confidence. As the roads get rougher, not usual in California, the MT-07 doesn't behave quite as nicely. Despite the increase in rebound damping at both ends, the MT-07 does display some pogoing. The problem is less significant in the fork, which is a good thing, as the fork is non-adjustable. A full clockwise turn of the shocks adjuster screw adds needed rebound, though the issue never entirely goes away. If your roads are in good condition, the stock settings are just right. For riders who bought the MT-07 for strictly urban riding, they won't be as anxious to embrace the suspension firming. Again, California and Los Angeles, in particular, suffers from poorly maintained roads, despite sky-high gas taxes. When traversing these sometimes ruggedly paved streets, the 2018 Yamaha MT-07 is not nearly as smooth and forgiving as the previous FZ07. You feel the bumps and bruises in the pavement much more viscerally. Gone is the soft suspension covering the warts. The MT-07 is going to chatter your teeth, but the new suspension is not as urban-oriented. Another change in the move to the MT-07 involves the cockpit. Yamaha moved the tank cover up almost a half inch, and there's the rear of the seat has been pushed back slightly. The 2018 Yamaha MT-07 still isn't a big or roomy motorcycle, of course. Passengers will appreciate the longer seat, too. As part of Yamaha's Dark Side of Japan marketing campaign, the MT-07 has a more aggressive look. The new headlight and repositioned turn signals are most apparent, with the new tank and radiator covers, front fender, tail light, and seating adding to the visual appeal of the new MT-07.